We threw our wood in the firebox about 20 minutes ago. It looks like it's flaming up nicely. Going to wait about another 20 minutes, let it burn real good, and then we're going to close the door of the firebox and adjust the chimney over there on the right and get the temperature controlled to about 225 degrees. At that point, we're going to open up the cooking area and put the meat in. As you can see, the flames are all gone and the wood looks like it has ashed over. This is about the time you want to close the firebox door and start getting the temperature to 225 degrees. First thing we're going to do in getting the temperature to 225 degrees is adjust the vent on the side of the firebox, and I've opened it just a little more than halfway. And now we're going to go over to the chimney and adjust that and see where our temperature is at. Once it's at 225, we're ready to put the meat in. So right now we've got the chimney wide open. I'm going to leave it like that since we just closed the firebox door and the wood is getting starved of oxygen. So we will see where the temperature is at and see if we need to shut down the chimney a little more, but I think that should be okay. There is the temperature gauge. We're going to take a look and see where we're at. As you can see from the temperature gauge, I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but I'm getting about 200 degrees. So I need to let a little bit more air in. I'm going to start off by opening the vent on the side a little more. And the chimney's all the way open, so opening the vent on the firebox should give us a little more heat. Okay, I'm going to open the vent just a little more. There we go. That should let in a little more oxygen, get the heat up there, right about to 225. And that should be about perfect. Then I'm going to throw the meat in. Okay, we're looking at about 225 right now. It's ready to open the cooking area and put the meat in. Okay, I put the meat into the cooking area. We've got 3 pork shoulders, about 8.5 pounds each. And now I'm going to close the door to the cooking area. And we're going to keep an eye on it and make sure it stays at about 225. It is now about 9 a.m. And I'm anticipating it's going to be about 10 hours till they're cooked to 195 degree internal temperature. Okay, we're about an hour and a half into it. I'm going to start doing the mop, which is vinegar, pepper, and a couple other spices. And I'm just going to brush it on the meat. And we're going to start doing this for about every 45 minutes. Moving on. When the fire's just right and the temperature's just right, that's what the smoke should look like coming out of the chimney. Well, it's been about 4 hours since we started our fire. Throughout the cooking process, I've been adjusting the damper on the chimney and the vent on the firebox to keep the temperature at 225. And we're looking good. It's still 225, but at this point I want to add another log to the fire just to make sure the temperature stays up, because it looks like the logs are kind of burning down a little bit now. And every now and then I was opening the firebox and stoking the fire just to keep a nice, consistent, even burn. So right now I'm going to open the firebox. I'm going to add a new log, and then I'm going to redo my temperature adjustments until I'm back to 225. That should carry us over for another couple hours. Okay, you can kind of see where we're at with the logs. They are ashed over. I'm going to go ahead and stoke the fire a little bit here with a stick. Just kind of roll them over a little bit, move them around, get them going, and then I'm going to go ahead and add another log in there. Okay, just take that log, throw it in. And that's about it. That should keep us going for another couple hours. Okay, I know you're wondering, what does the meat look like so far? See, it's got a nice golden brown color, nice smoky seasoning going all around it. And every hour or so I've been just rotating them around and flipping them and rotating them. But right now I've got the fat side up. I'm going to cook it for the first 6 hours with the fat side up, just to get the juices from the fat dripping into the meat. And then for the last few hours I'm going to flip it over with the fat side down so I could continue to mop the meat with my vinegar, brown sugar, and water mixture, so I can get that side coated with a mop as well. And like I said, while I have the door open, I'm going to go ahead and just mop the meat with my mixture. Keep it nice and juicy. The vinegar-based mop. Vinegar, black pepper, brown sugar. They are looking delicious. What you want to remember is just take your time, make sure that internal temperature is about 195, That's when the meat's going to fall apart to give you that pulled pork. Alright, so the meat has been in for 7 hours now. We're going to do a final rotation and final mop, and I'm going to stick the meat thermometer in and see if we're getting close to 195. When operating the smoker, it's also very important to smoke a fine cigar. Because I can't get enough smoke. Okay, just got the meat thermometer in, and looks like the internal temperature of the meat is at 156, 157. I've set the alarm at 185, so we're going to give it a couple more hours, cooking at 225, and at that point, we will take a look. When it hits 185, everything should be ready.